against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Now a carry by the third-year man. This is Austin Eckler. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
I got you.
Now the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to
Now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Now it's Trubisky. That one brought in by his tight end, Adam Shaheen. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Bears on the move. They've got another first down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that'll open things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where he, their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. We were just talking about him pregame. 3 tackles for a loss last week. You thought he looked so explosive on film. Starting off good there. Another one in the first quarter.
He's every bit of what you described, and I don't want to make it too simplistic, but right now for him, it's see ball, get ball, and that's what he's doing.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Taylor Gabriel, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there for L.A. 53 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that. Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person that's on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now, because the offense is on his toes and punching. And there was another first down run right there.
On 1st and goal, Gurley. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Value 3, value 3.
They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So backed up to the 6 now, 3rd and goal.
4 down.
58 to Mike, 58.
Out of the gun, gone. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. DK Metcalf with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Zerline connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time. And they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
They go play action with Trubisky. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Abram, the rookie from Mississippi State. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Well, why do you go out and spend a first-round pick on a defensive back? Plays like that. The rookie gets his first interception.
Exactly right, and you're trying to limit the number of plays an offense runs. You're trying to limit the number of possessions they have. And he was a guy that I targeted coming out of college and rated very highly for his playmaking skills on defense.
And now he has his first career interception. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. Good move by Gurley. Instead of the first, they'll have to go backwards for another 2nd down try.
So if there is a silver lining, though, it stays 2nd down, and they still have an opportunity to pick up a first down before they have to start their downs over again.
Hey, 5.
Come on, QB, come on. Check.
Ric Flair. Louis.
We got double up.
On first down, gone. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
DC. Go, go.
Switch. Switch.
Super one, super one. Obama, Obama, Obama. What's that? What's that?
On the draw, Goff gives to Gurley. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after one.
Here we go.
Mike, go tonight. 120.
Come to my work. We want it. Come to my work.
Louis.
59's Mike.
Turbo, set.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not 180. Hold on. Check.
I'm going to run you over. Hey, switch gears.
What's that? What?
Third and goal, Gurley. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Call it a gain of 5, but still a decent ways from the end zone now on 4th and goal. So on 4th down, here comes Greg Zuerlein to try and get 3 for the Rams. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Zuerlein's kick is good. Zuerlein, of course, last year had likely the iconic field goal of the season, booting that 57-yarder in the Superdome to send his squad to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you really hurt the Saints fans on that one, didn't you?
Sorry.
They didn't want to hear that at all. But this guy deserves his nicknames. Greg the Leg, Legatron, because the ball goes through the post at a heavy rate, 87% in 2018.
I want to remind you, tomorrow night, Monday Night Football, our final international game of the year, the Chiefs and the Chargers from legendary Estadio Azteca in Mexico City. That'll be a good one at 8:15 Eastern. And he's got some space here. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Tariq Cohen hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bears have retaken the lead. Hauschka with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
This fielded at the 2.
Let's go. Let's do this.
At their own 18-yard line.
So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Watch the run. 59's Mike. 59's Mike. Check. 59. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
There's Goff. He's letting it fly for Cooks. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, Where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the ball.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
On second down, Eckler. Corey Littleton there on the tackle.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
The Bears on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Cohen. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Will.
They'll run for it with Davis. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st. I like that call. I'm assuming you're with me.
I am. I'm totally with you. And to me, they saw something that they liked there. Because, let's face it, it's going to be a mass of bodies. But it feels like the head coach has said, my best runner over my best blocker, give it to me right now.
When you only needed 1 yard where they were on the other side of the field, seems like a no-brainer.
If we can't get 1 yard, what are we doing out here? Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. This is caught. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Adam Shaheen, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead. Hauschka adds the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Hold on. Check. Hey, Charlie.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Goff. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And it's second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Obama. Hey, Orbit. Here we go, fellas. Here we go.
Back to the air. Goff on second down. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
On third down, they'll run it with Gurley. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that'll make this an 8-point game. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game. Sky high.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Onto the field now come the Bears. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Trubisky to throw, and that'll be incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
The Bears on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. On third down, a run with Cohen. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Khalil Mack in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22 and a half set in 2001. And the pressure gets to him again. Eddie Goldman with a sack. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Watch the backer, watch the backer. Check 4
now. 2 up. Hell, you won.
The final shot before break here. Goff. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Goff will lead the Rams up here, 1st and 10 at their own 27. The third quarter starts with a run by Gurley. Finds an opening past the 40. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the third quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Gurley now out of the gun. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
Like 20. Hardball.
Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys.
Goff going to keep it himself. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
What? 180.
59. In your face. Bang.
On first down, it's Gurley. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
Whirling.
Check safety.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Cut.
6 yards on that last play, and here's 2nd and 4.
SOS, SOS, SOS.
Cut.
SOS.
They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the third quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, worthy adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball. Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just got to find a way to tackle someone.
It was Maurice Hurst who got him down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now it's Gurley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. Make it now 3 tackles for a loss in this game, 1 for each quarter. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at the 20. They begin the drive on the ground with Cohen. And an alley to run. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Bears will extend their lead. Hauschka with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Khalil Mack in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Back to throw. Goff. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. They begin with a run by Davis. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Throwing on 2nd and 8, Trubisky. And he will score. Touchdown, L.A. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Zerline good with a PAT. And this is back to an 8-point game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start with a give to Cohen. A little juke. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Again, it's Cohen. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. There to make the tackle, Samson Abuka. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Trubisky. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
At their own 9-yard line.
Jared Goff, 4 times last year, he led the Rams on a fourth quarter comeback. He obviously didn't do it in Super Bowl 53, but can he do it here?
76.
On first down, it's gone. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Yet another carry here tonight for Gurley. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Orange, 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 orange.
Mike spot 9, Mike spot 9. Army.
Bravo.
Army, Army. Check 50.
Now Goff on first down. And it's incomplete. The rookie DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
I don't even know why this team showed up. You go crack.
Delayed give, Goff to Gurley. And he'll get this one up to the 26. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Khalil Mack make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Bears take over. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 42. First down, a run with Cohen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
On first down, they go right back to Cohen. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On 2nd and 11 now. Trubisky to Gabriel, middle of the field. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Check 9, check 9.
Ran, go.
50 extra mic. All right, T, let's check. All right, T. Save.
On 3rd down, Cohen. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, that one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left on the clock. This could be critical.
Still a 1-score game. Had he hit that, it would have been 2 scores. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at the 45. And now a pass dumped off to his running back. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8.
At the 47-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Tackle.
Hey, shell, super.
Mike spot 9. Here we go.
Five.
Now Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Khalil Mack, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance. Here's Goff. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
Rabbit.
Merlin. Smith. Shell. 17.
The Rams going for it on 4th. Gone. Steps away to his left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position.
So don't say nothing. Tighten up.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Cohen. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Dante Fowler in on the stop. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They try again with Cohen. Tremaine Edmonds, the Bills' leading tackler as a rookie last year, in on the stop there. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
1st down, Chicago.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Let's get off the field, D. Check.
They'll try to counter here, Cohen. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. And Trubisky down to a knee, and that is all she wrote. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Chicago, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for L.A., they suffered just their 2nd loss as they dropped to 8-.